Welcome back. It's several hours later. Having sorted out the situation with Ashen, the group returned to Old Town. After grabbing a late dinner at Monmar, they finally settled down for some much-needed rest. Much to discuss, though. What is this Crimson Corruption? Clearly connected to the Genesis. The second Genesis. This wasn't how I expected to get it back. Yeah, it's definitely not a fake either. Does that mean this was all just another case of a Genesis going haywire then? I don't think it's that simple. If I remember right, this unit had the ability to manipulate vital forces. Hard to imagine that it could pull off the things we saw this time around. I concur. Consider the way Miss Liu and the others had been corrupted. I like the sort of like bluish black and white with the red eyes there. That was nice. Had that crimson arse wipes handiwork written all over it. Yes, the Genesis was probably being used as a point of origin. As for the corrosive power the Crimson Grendel has, it must have been strengthened after the 8th Genesis was reassembled. And now it's able to wear away at past memories. Not just wear away though, change them. When that happens, the target's perception gets rewritten the way Ashen's was. So basically it can alter what people remember. At least that's what we're speculating. Sorry, but I'm drawing a blank on everything that happened. Before I knew it, the only thought I had in my mind was revenge. My circumstances were similar. I acted as if ordered by my chieftain and so harbored no qualms with my mission. Perhaps we were under the influence of a highly sophisticated technique, one capable of rewriting our perceptions. It was as if we were being shown a possibility that could have come to pass. Whatever the case, we can say for sure that an unidentified phenomena is at work here. It does have that feeling of like it's similar to the time leaps, because these guys then remember possibilities of things that could happen. So there is a similar element to that. It could be a sign that our high-risk offenders are making a move again. The Crimson Grendel and Grandmaster? No, Garden Master, you mean. At this point, we need to... Message for you, sir? Who could that be? Sorry, but our office hours are long over.
Whoops. Hope you don't mind me barging in.
That voice. The Divine Blade is silver. I half expected her to come. But what for?
Short time no see, guys. I just stopped by to say thanks for today. Well, that. And to cut a little deal.
A deal? Here comes that sinking feeling again.
As Ikaruga's second in command, I can't just shrug off what happened. No matter how you slice it, my subordinates were used in a, let's say, unconventional manner. So, in exchange for you calling it even, I'm taking it upon myself to pitch in for a while. Think of it as an apology, mixed with a dash of gratitude.
Oh, brother. Should have seen this coming. Hey, look on the bright side, we couldn't ask for a better helper. We could. Agreed. Her combat skills leave nothing to be desired, and her unclouded eye will surely serve as well. She'd be a valuable asset considering what lies ahead. Just so we're clear here, this ain't gonna be like the time you helped us out in Langport. If you're in for the long haul. It's our way or the highway. Got it?
Sure. I think I can handle that much.
Yeah. In that case, welcome aboard. Happy to have you with us again. Now that our surprise guest is settled in, let's get back to the topic at hand. The recap. It's plain to see that the enemy is exploiting the Genesis for their own twisted gain. That's why we need to recover the rest of them as quickly as possible. Yes, there are still 6 units unaccounted for. Going by our progress today, this is going to take us a long while. In that case, We'll want to be prudent with our itinerary from here on out. Good call. We're going to be pressed for time no matter what. So let's try to get our agenda mapped out by the end of the night. Do we even have a lead to go off of? That's the question. Has the guild caught on to anything? In a manner of speaking, we've received word that the remnants of those anti-immigration terrorists, the True Grievance Brigade, are mobilizing. They were the ones who hid out in Aramis. Oh, that's some pretty alarming news. Yeah, might pay off to poke around about it. That said, I've got another possible lead. A letter came in while we were out. Really? Who from? My master, if you can believe it. Bergard. A letter from Bergard. The timing's uncanny. Makes me curious what the old fogey has to say. So, what do you write? Let me read it out loud for you. To Van and the rest of Arkwright Solutions. I hope this message finds you well. It has come to my knowledge, albeit only in bits and pieces, that a number of peculiar incidents have recently transpired in the Republic. Unfortunately, due to extenuating circumstances, I will be unable to visit in person. Nevertheless, I am compelled to put my concerns to paper. It would seem these convoluted events are occurring in quick succession. But while the situation may appear chaotic, there is undoubtedly an overarching narrative at play. However, it cannot be found by scrutinizing each individual element. Instead, you must step back and adopt a broader perspective. In chess, one must watch not the pieces, but the board. So too should you make another effort to see the bigger picture. If I notice anything myself, I will have my disciples inform you. Know that I have every confidence in your ability to overcome this. Till we next meet, Bergard Zaman. Yeah, it's very much like that's how I view Falcom's writing. It's like, I'm not looking at the pieces, I'm looking at everything else happening, the bigger picture, because that's what they're always leading towards, putting hints out there. Damn, Gramps, his advice is so spot on, you'd think he was spying on us. It's impressive, to say the least. And he makes a fair point about seeing the bigger picture. Things have definitely been in a jumble since Nemeth Island. We've left a lot unresolved. Taking the time to reassess it might lead us to an epiphany. Not just in regard to our enemy's motives, but what happened to Ashen today, too. I think it'd be well worth the effort. So what's our plan for tomorrow, then? Our options are to either investigate the remnants of the True Grievance Brigade, or follow Mr. Zeman's suggestion and review the mysteries that have arisen thus far. Let's see. You know, Bergard's advice. I'm feeling that. Let's say we go with Master Bergard's advice. Sounds like a plan. Great, and let's pack it in for tonight. We've got a busy day in store. Doom doom doo doom 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 doo doom. We have to do the rounds again. It's a new day, everyone. March 21st, 1209, 8 a.m. Alright, time to get this workday started. Like we decided last night, we're going to be looking into all the mysteries we've left unresolved. The incidents at Nemeth Island, yesterday's run-in with Ashen. We need to start making some sense of things. First on the list are the fake Grendel, the phony fairy, and the dude lording himself up as the Garden Master. They won't show their hands so easily, but chances are that they're slinking around behind the scenes. Indeed. We also know that the Society's Oathbreaker is cooperating with them. Apart from that, perhaps we can look into the twin assassins from the gardens as well. Those kids, huh? Whatever their history, they're bound to come into the picture again. And there's Swin and Nadia. I wonder if they're okay. We couldn't pick up either of their tracks yesterday. Yeah, and the only lead we had turned out to be a ruse. This makes 6 days since Swin left. Another thing that worries me is the way those two have drifted apart. Yes. Our next conundrums are the mail received from C and the situation with the Marchen Garten. Quite right. The latter also played a part in Miss Lou's rewrite. though the particulars escape us. Mirabel informed me that they would investigate the matter after I inquired about it last night. Geez, that's more mysteries than I thought. We got enough here to fill a few books. Ooh, baby. Is it always like this? I'd call it par for the course at Arkwright Solutions. Well, we can't just ignore these things. Yeah, at the least, we've got to take a few shots in the dark. For now, let's give the town a once-over. We can check whatever sticks out and handle any 4 SPGs on the way. Right. On with our daily operations, then. Time for the rounds. Oh, maybe not. Hermes? Hey there, Arkwright. Hermes here. Long time no see. Finally got my moonlighting out of the way, so the courier business is back up and running again. Give me a call if you ever need anything, and I'll make the drop in no time flat. Oh. Fair enough. The order delivery option is now available. I know, you just told me, didn't I? Why have we got a red thing here? You said Mirabel was looking into the garden, right? Any look on that end? Knowing her, she'll have already come across something of note. Shall we contact her? I mean, yeah. Hey, Rosette. And hey to you too, Arkwright Solutions. What's up, beside that walking blaze-headed you added to your crew, I mean? We wanted to check in on the garden. First off, how much do you already know about what's happening? Oh, wow. Way to put a girl in the hot seat. Guess there's no point keeping it down low, though. I know I said we lost control of the place after it got hijacked, but that doesn't mean Marduk hasn't been monitoring the sitch around the clock. And actually, after analyzing the data from yesterday, don't tell me you noticed something screwy. Look at you, Mr. Smarty Pants. Yesterday there was a change in the pattern. We observed an abnormality in the system operations. As for how or why it happened, it's like, who knows, you know? The only thing we could suss out was that it had accessed geographical data from the Longlai area. So we were right. The garden systems were involved. That's all the deets I can share. Sounds like it was enough for you to figure something out, though. Huh? Few somethings, thanks to you. Cool beans! Looking forward to you getting us back in the driver's seat, Van. Yeah, well, I wouldn't get your hopes up just yet. Got a feeling. Saying this whole thing's gonna be a hell of a time for us. Don't know what you mean, but let's just call it a you problem. Laters, Rosette. See you again soon. Indeed. Take care, Mirabel. It's very much like I don't want to talk about it. This isn't my job. Goodbye. Well, that confirms what I've been suspecting for a while. The garden master really is the one hijacking the merchant garden. I can still remember my shock when the space around us morphed into Longlai boo-boo. It may well be that the Grendel Zolga's power utilized the garden systems as a foundation. In doing so, reality itself was corroded. I never even knew that was possible. Yeah, that is the tricky thing of this. Like, how is that working? Because that does imply that there's some virtual element to this world. You know. It's likely that the power of the Genesis was somehow employed as well. If you follow that train of thought, the Garden Master didn't steal the Genesis just to rewrite people's perceptions, but for something much bigger. We'll just have to put it on the back burner for now. Is he planning to rewrite either like Edith, Calvard, all of Zumeria? Like, is he trying to rewrite it into some kind of alternate world that potentially he's from, or he'd prefer a different way for his own gain? The takeaway here is that this probably won't be the last time reality gets corroded. Keep that in mind while we're out and about. Interesting. Alright, so what can we get from Hermes?
Need some help?
Hey there, Arkwright. Appreciate the business. I don't know what you got yet, so... Not really anything great there, I'd say. It's like, nah, Stragers. That's my sell menu. Do, 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 do. We're good on all that. No, I think we're good. Wait, fishing gear? That'd be the fishing bait, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Call back anytime.
Oh, I will do. Let's see what's out and about, to be honest. Ooh. Some kind of event here. It looks like we've got new stuff in the shop over there, but let's have a look what we got going on here. Well, if it isn't our delinquent tenant. Your gang gets bigger every time I see you. Yeah, well, it's not like I asked for it. I apologize for any commotion. And I'm sorry I didn't stop here for breakfast. Just get a load of that aroma. Catch me in a good mood and maybe I'll treat you. By the by, didn't you get invited to the Z1 Grand Prix? Yeah, well, that comic clown sent us 3 tickets. And Yumi here said she just had to see it. That's right, we'll be closing up shop as soon as the morning crowd is gone. So if you'd like to order something, now's the time. Duly noted. I'd have nabbed a seat in the stands too if things weren't the way they are. But hey, don't let that stop you folks from enjoying yourselves. Oh, we plan on it. Believe you me, wouldn't be worth the lost business otherwise. You take care out there, everyone. See you later! Just curious, like, where can we go? So obviously we got Old Town. Just wondering if, like, they changed up which ones. Yeah, because there's some districts we just didn't go to previously. Now it's that case of, like, I'd like to swap some out. It's like, it's not the Alba district. I would have liked to go to the Grand Circuit. That's a shame. I'm actually inclined to we can't go to the park again. Yeah, to actually just go to Station Street and see about getting that 4SPG.
I guess we're off.
Let's see where we are with that. Right, hello. Speak to you, though. Bit of snow, that's unusual. Just to confirm, you're saying you want to promote me? That's correct. You provided the company with plenty of results lately, and the board even given you top scores in your performance review. So how about it, Millies? Yes, of course I accept. I'll make sure to give it my all. Yes, with more money in my pocket, I'll be able to travel as much as I want. We got umbrellas. I'm so glad. Now I can go on all the trips I want. Maybe I can even get the company to pay for them. Oh dear, that's your thought process? Oh, very well. Rosé? There's no way I can trust the police or the guild with something this important. Oh, there we go. Now, if only I could get the Spriggan to take up my request. Sounds like she's got a job for you, Van. Guess it has been a while since I checked the bulletin board. Let's go take a look.
What do we have here?
We have a 4SPG on the bulletin board. The Mishy Misadventure. Are you aware that Mishy's revamped design has been rather controversial among his fanbase? I am aware, yes. Apparently some fans have even been plotting something nefarious to show how much they hate it. Well, whatever their plans are, we can't let them get away with it. For Mishy's sake. Please help us stop them. I'll be waiting in the rest area on Station Street. Rosie. Alright, let's go back to Rosie then. Hello, Rosie! Hey, you the Rosie that issued a 4SPG? We're from Arkwright Solutions. We saw your request. Oh, you're the ones everyone's been talking about. You got here much faster than I thought you would. That's good, because we're running out of time. Running out of time? That's impossible. We control time with what we've got. That's so. Why don't you start by telling us what's going on then? The request made some mention of the Mishy show, I believe? Oh, that reminds me, isn't there supposed to be some kind of difference between the new Mishy and the old one? Honestly, I can't really tell. It's the height. Well, why don't I start there? Mishy was born in a theme park in Crossbow, Michelin Wonderland. And because Mishy saw a lot of success after the war, the Valis Investment Bank decided to buy up a lot of their stock. That's how they became Michelin Wonderland's major investor. Valis Investment Bank? They've been pushing the company to expand their market ever since, particularly into the Republic. That's what led to the higher-ups deciding to put Mishy through a whole new redesign. His new features are supposed to appeal to people from the Republic, and the costume's apparently easier to move around in too. Seems to allow Mishy to show more expression as well. I'm disappointed they removed the cute little stripes on his body, however. Right! When everyone thinks of Mishy, they imagine a small, limp face with a plump body. It's peak character design. Bellis just doesn't understand his charm. They completely got rid of the snuggly feeling he gave off. I see. You're very passionate about this. You seem pretty familiar with Mishy yourself, Elaine. Oh, yes. She sure is. Been a hardcore Mishy fan since her student days. You don't need to advertise it to the world. Plus, you can't exactly call me hardcore. I'm actually quite behind on Mishy lore these days. Oh yeah, definitely something a casual fan would say. Think what you like. Anyway, I apologize for all my excitement. I'm actually no longer a part of the old Mishy fan group. I've recently come to believe that both the new and old Mishy have their positives. Well, guess that's better than making a fuss over it. I agree. For what it's worth, Mishy's old design is still rather prominent in Crossbell. Yeah, unfortunately, that doesn't mean much to the old Mishy's more radical fans. They're the reason I contacted you all, actually. You see, I've heard a rumor that they intend on interfering with the Mishy show today at Trion Mall. Well, that's definitely not something we can ignore. Could be dangerous. Yes. However, as for who exactly the person planning to interfere is, well, I'm not too sure. That's why I'm asking for your help. After all, it'd be terrible if the show got interrupted. I mean, that sounds like a pretty reasonable request, but as I'm sure you're aware, this is a job for somebody like a mall cop, not a Spriggan. Although I imagine they'd have a hard time acting on something that's little more than a rumor. Was there a particular reason you thought would be your best choice? There is. Think about it. If a fan of Mishy's were to have a run-in with the authorities, his reputation would be sure to plummet. Also, I can't help but sympathize with the old Mishy fans. They just really love him is all. I was hoping you guys could help me end things peacefully. That way no one gets hurt or has their reputation destroyed. So in other words, you want us to stop the target from running the show, or ruining the show even, and then cover up their tracks. They take charge of the show, and like, I'm in charge now, Mishy will stand here. Well, can't say I don't understand how you feel. However, if these Mishy fans truly do intend on disrupting the peace, I think it'd be best if they were judged lawfully for their actions. If they don't face consequences, they'll only grow bolder. I guess you're right. Wait a sec. There's only one person trying to interfere, right? Yes. We may call the radicals a group, but they're barely even that, honestly. Most of their bad apples work in isolation. And given that a majority of their members think disrupting the Mishy show is going a step too far, it's not hard to see why. Should be relatively simple to trace their movements then. Do you know what their plan involves? I'm sorry, any details I know are pretty vague. You could always hire a Jaeger Corps to deal with them, and depending on how big it was, you could probably send them to wipe out the entire group. Okay, with a smaller corps though, you might just have to settle for killing the guy in charge. Don't you think that's going a bit overboard? Well, actually, maybe it's best to be prepared. What if they plan to do something dangerous? Listen, nobody's planning an armed strike on Mishy or his fans, got it? If you say so. Anyway, we probably won't be able to learn anything concrete unless we start asking around the mall. Should we head over to see what we can find? Well, yes. Alright, I guess we're on the case. I mean, sure, it's a little strange, but it kind of feels right up our alley. Great, thanks so much. You should head over to Trion Mall as soon as you can. The show should be starting in about an hour. I'm sure the culprit's just waiting for his chance to pounce. We'll do everything we can to find him. Actually, do you mind if I tag along? Honestly, I've got a feeling this crazy fan of ours already knows your face. You can come with us to the mall, but don't enter until we give you the all clear. Understand? Yes, sir. Okay, let's get moving.
Let's start this 4SPG, shall we?
For Mishy. Okay.
Wonder if business will be better this
Speak to her again. Alright, I'll get going to the mall then. You'll make sure to tell me when I can go inside, right? I'm just really worried about Mishy, you know? Don't worry, leave it to us. We'll make sure more people in the future can make a wishy with Mishy. Chant out, let's go. Balloons. Well, this place seems pretty busy. Seems to be a lot of parents with children here. They must be waiting for the show. Might make it harder to search for our culprit. Should we just start looking for this guy's hiding place? I think we should find the Mishy Show's staff first. I know we don't want to alert the police or anything, but we can still give them a heads up. We have to make sure they're ready, just in case we don't get to the culprit in time. Smart thinking. The staff lead is usually placed in the wings of the stage. Let's head there now. Right. Right, you're on the way. I joined this guided tour to get a feel for the cultural differences between here and the Central East. Both the Eastern style and Basil style cafes were a treat to be sure. Perhaps they could consider adding one in the vein of my homeland to round things out. Attention everyone, we will be leaving Trion Mall shortly, so be sure to not forget anything. Our next stop will be the Maserati Hotel in the Seiden district. There you'll be treated to a luxurious buffet at the top of the line restaurant. Sounds delightful, doesn't it? Badoo, badoo. This guy looks like the one in charge. Excuse me, you got a moment? There's something we think the Mishy staff should know. Of course. Is there an issue somewhere? Sorry, but we might want to talk about this elsewhere. Alright, was there something I could do for you? We're pretty busy, so if it's not anything important. We're from Arkwright Solutions. We just received a job from a concerned citizen. Van proceeded to explain the details of Rosie's request. Don't worry about finding the person, we'll take care of that part for you. I just wanted you guys to be aware of the situation. You should be prepared in case we slip up. I see. No, actually, these radical Mishy fans have become quite the topic among our staff too. Is it him? Staff member? We occasionally have some disturbances during our shows, with booing and everything. Most of us figured that's who it was. But I never thought they'd go so far. Excuse me, if you've experienced these kinds of disturbances before, why haven't you notified the respective authorities? Well, we certainly considered it, but we were worried they might want to start forcibly removing people or refuse entry. Not only would it paint a bigger target on our back, but it also just ruin the atmosphere of the Mishy show. We figured we could handle it by giving out warnings at the beginning of the performance. If it was me, I'd kick every last one of them out of there before they could say wishy with Mishy. Anyway, if what you said is true, we might just have to ramp up security after all. I'll talk to the staff right now and have them prepare for the worst. Thanks, that should make our job a little easier. Well, that's one task accomplished. What should we do next? Now we start the hunt. I'm pretty sure the culprit is somewhere in the mall. I think I even caught their scent earlier. We should try our best to capture them before the show starts. Scent, huh? Would you perhaps be smelling those two over there? That woman wandering in the main corridor has been acting a little strange. She doesn't really look like she's here to watch the show either. She seems to be handing out some papers. Is that Haas? Could it be Haas? Oh my god, if it's Haas. As for the other scent, what about the guy handing out balloons? I don't really think he's doing anything weird though. No, he isn't, but I can't shake the feeling that he's still suspicious somehow. No, you sure do have a knack for this, but you're right. I'm sure one of them is the culprit. Sorry for stealing your thunder. Anyway, let's go talk to them to see if we can learn anything. Be nice if they gave up as soon as they saw us. Could it be Haas? That'd be so cool if it's Haas. Like the balloon seller from Crossbell. He's here, and it's like that could potentially lead to like issues. Be like he's like, I don't like this Mishy kind of thing. Is it Haas? Man handing out balloons. Are you handing out balloons for the Mishy show? Yes, I am. They were originally supposed to be used to decorate the mall, but I had some extra left over, so I've been giving them out for free to guests. That's awfully thoughtful of you. So does that mean you're one of the Mishy Show's staff members? Guess you could say that. I've really been hired for a day gig though. I'm a long time fan of Mishy, so it's always been my dream to help out with the show. I'm so glad I could finally arrange my schedule to take the job today. I just want like a line to be like, I'm originally from Crossbell. Like, I want that. I want it to be Haas. Do you normally do other work? Yeah, I'm a painter. Oh, it's not Haas. You know, someone who paints roofs and walls and stuff. I also like working on mechanical stuff as a hobby every now and then. I even made a Mishy Mobile once. A Mishy Mobile? I'm assuming that's a car with pictures of Mishy all over it. Exactly! I even put together some custom parts that look like Mishy's ears and tail. It's actually parked outside the mall right now. Would you all like to see it? That's amazing. We'll take a look when we get the chance. You said you were a long-time fan, right? So does that mean the design of the car is the old Mishy? Of course. The old Mishy is the true Mishy. The new one's just some fake made by some big stockholders. There's no competition. I just wish people who like the new one would open their eyes. He feels different all of a sudden. You're kind of threatened. Also, what's the lemon smell coming off of him? Sorry, I got a little carried away. Lemon. I know that the Valis investment bank's pretty much the whole reason Mishy was even able to come to the Republic. I'm really grateful for that, at least. That's so. Thank you. You've really given us some things to think about. Let's go find our other suspect.
This stuff is cutting edge.
Sorry, us Mishlamites have a bad habit of going off unprompted. Can't deny that I've got a lot of mixed feelings about this new Mishy. But still, just being able to see him all the way here in Calvert is enough to make me happy. Alright. You actually see that car outside the mall, sort of thing? Because there was like a little parking area up here, wasn't there?
Welcome to the Trion
Like,
Mall.
I'd just like to see like a car just
One of Edith's major
super
landmarks.
Mishy. Like a super Mishy car.
You'll also find the Vern store, a movie theater, boutiques, and other various shops to peruse.
Hey, what are you handing out? Oh, are you interested? Please take some with you. Let me give you my card as well. Join us in bringing back the true Mishy. I'm trying to gather signatures in support of returning Mishy's old design. As I'm sure you can tell, I'm a huge fan. I visit MWL pretty often, even though it's all the way in Crossbell. Nobody in all the Republic loves Mishy more than I do. No, all the world. Tio. Well, that's some confidence. Yeah, you sure are passionate about this. Radical might be putting it lightly. But why is she wearing so much perfume? It's really overpowering. Does it smell of lemon? The Mishy you see in the Republic is a fraud! He's trampling all over Mishy's good name. Whether it's the new design or the costume or even the Mishy in Boots movie, none of them are the cat we know and love. The company's far too focused on making Mira lately. That's a familiar story. Which means they've been neglecting the most important thing of all, Mishy's personality. Now I kind of understand where you're coming from. I mean, the new design is alright, but there's just something about it that feels a little off. And don't ignore that feeling. You mustn't give in to the new Mishy. I've had over 30 people sign my petition already, and they would all agree with you. I believe that those supporting the new Mishy are being fooled into doing so. How? Is that so? Yes, that's why I plan on watching the show happening later. I'll have my eyes on them in case anything funny happens. Our dream is to create an MWL in the Republic, one that's true to form. If you feel as strongly as I do, I implore you to please add your signature to the list. Well, I'll definitely have to think about it. We've talked to our 2 suspects. Both of them love the old Mishy too, but I think they were a bit more than your average fans. Yeah, neither of them really seem like they plan to interfere with the show, though. Man handing out balloons and a woman getting signatures. There's still something I don't get. Yeah, why did they both smell so weird? You're right. I picked up on that as well. The culprit has to be one of them. We might be able to figure out by the process of elimination. Scent. Process of elimination. Yeah. The person who came to interfere with the Mishy show is... Kinda need more information. So I'm trying to think, like... Got the perfume and the lemon smell. The perfume, she may just be putting on loads of perfume. Lemon, it's like, why do you smell of lemon? Do balloons smell of lemon? I don't remember them smelling of lemon. But why would it smell of lemon? Because all I can think with lemon is like invisible ink. I'm not sure. I'm gonna go with the balloon guy. Most likely the guy with the balloons. Huh? You don't think it's the woman? They both had really strong feelings about the new Mishy. The woman's trying to get rid of the new Mishy by gathering signatures. She even had her own cards made. And if she were to plan something that would interfere with the show, what do you think would happen? No signatures. If it became known to the public that she was behind it all, the hard work would go up in smoke. Yeah, she's probably just going to keep gathering signatures. When you put it like that, I guess it makes sense. That just leaves the guy with the balloons. Yes, but even without us narrowing it down, there's a reason he stood out. Lemon! It's fun to see you guys slowly suss out the culprit. I tend to rely on my instincts. They're never wrong. You don't have to be so snide about it. Well, whatever. Let's go find our guy. There's not much time until the show starts. Hey, got it right. Oh, you're back. Did you guys want a balloon? The show's about to begin, so I started putting them away. Sorry, but there's something we need to talk to you about. We don't have much time, so I'll keep it short. Ferry, you're up. Lloyd. What are you doing? I've done nothing wrong. Maybe not yet, but you were certainly planning to. We know all about your little scheme, for example, those balloons. Why don't we cut one and see what's inside? It's lemons! As Shizuna drew her katana, the balloon burst with a sound. And from the balloon dripped a liquid. Was that paint? You put paint in the balloons? Oh well, isn't this a surprise? I have no idea how that got in there. It must have been someone else. Besides, how would something like that disrupt a show anyway? I assume it has something to do with that scent you're giving off. That strong lemon smell? The components of citrus fruit have a corrosive effect on rubber. Ah. In other words, if you apply a citrus-based juice to the balloon, it would eventually burst. If you look close enough, some of the balloons have a clasp, keeping them shut. You say something about being good with mechanical stuff. If you made a device that was capable of spraying lemon juice and put it on a timer, you could release the paint right as the show is at its peak, ruining it for everyone else. Aaron took a look into the man's pocket. And what do we have here? Some liquid and a few clasps. There's no more talking your way out of this one. Amazing. But you guys are too late. Why don't you take a look at the ceiling? Those balloons are paint in them? That's right. Sucks that I couldn't get them all up there, but whatever. When the paint falls, it'll be sure to splash everything and everyone in its way. Every fan of the new Mishy deserves to be doused. You idiot, do you even realize what you're doing? New, old, it doesn't matter. You're not worthy to call yourself a Mishy fan at all. Huh? Hello everyone, the Mishy show will be starting in just a few moments. Please gather around the stage and get ready to make a wishy with Mishy. We're out of time. I think we've learned all we can. Ferry, keep an eye on him. Understood, but what are you going to do? We'll talk to the staff, then gather all the balloons ourselves. The ones on the ceiling take priority. How are we gathering them? Ketra, see if you and Theo can do anything about them. And try not to attract attention from the guests. Got it. I should be able to do something with the shard search. Theo. Commencing emergency balloon retrieval. Leave it to Theo. Alright, let's get going. Oh, I was gonna say I hope it's a minigame. So I have to collect loads of balloons. Over the rainbow. No, sorry. Oh, I meant to actually do something. Oh, I see. Collect the specific ones. And it's X. Okay. Over the rainbow. Da, 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 da. Must return to Ketra. Okay, I'm assuming we did return to Ketra then. There you are, last two. Return to Ketra. Lovely. All paint balloons have been retrieved. Mission complete. Well done, Theo. We managed to get them all on our end too. Looks like we finished just before the show's climax. Alright everyone, let's do it! Make a wishy with Mishy! Make a wishy with Mishy! Sheesh, while we're over here struggling, they're just dancing the time away. Well, I guess I'm glad their fun wasn't ruined. You said it. Following their success, Van and the others proceeded to inform the staff of the recently thwarted scheme. Van then also made contact with Rosie to notify her of the resolution of the issue. Bum, bum, bum. I don't even want to think about what could have happened without your help. I'm so glad I put out that request. I mean, if I had gone to the police or the guild, they probably would have just shut the whole show down and called it quits. Seriously, thank you so much for your help. Allow me to offer my thanks as well. I really appreciate everything that you've done for us. By the way, you said your name was Rosie, yes? I'd like to cover the request fee for you. Would that be okay? Huh? Well, sure, I guess I don't mind. Fine by me, couldn't care less. Thank you. Who showers out in the end? As long as they actually do, you know? But before we forget, we still gotta figure out what we're gonna do with this guy. I didn't actually think you guys would get to all the balloons in time. Guess you're just as good as the rumors say you are, Arkwright Solutions. Hey, can I ask you a question? Why did you want to disrupt the show in the first place? Because I refuse to accept the new Mishy. See, I've been a fan for a long, long time now. I even have a collection of every piece of Mishy merchandise that's ever been sold. That's incredible. So when I learned that I'd finally be able to see Mishy in the Republic, I was over the moon. Then I found out it was just an imposter. However, I knew that For those just discovering Mishy, that fraud would have become the real thing for them. So I figured I would show them. Show them that the Mishy they know and love isn't the real Mishy. They deserve to know. I'm sorry to hear you were disappointed. Can't say I don't see where he's coming from, though. Man, this guy's really digging his heels in. If we do actually end up doing this without the authorities, there's a real possibility he'll circle back to plan something even worse in the future. Alright, if we want to stop him from making a comeback, I think we have two options. Either we chew him out, or we intimidate him. Chew him out? A scolding. Let's go with chewing him out. Hopefully it'll hit home. Van, would you mind letting me handle this? You sure? Alright then, go for it. What? I can sympathize with what you're feeling. You see, I'm also a long-time fan of Mishy's. However, I want you to tell me one thing. Do you remember how it felt when you first became a fan? Of course I do. It's not a feeling I'll ever forget. It's like I was overcome with the need to drown myself in all sorts of knowledge about Mishy. I really wanted to meet him too, so I even travelled all the way to Crossbell to watch the show there. Yes, I recall feeling the same way. You know, some of the people in this audience today might have also had that feeling. And you almost prevented it from happening. Ugh. Just because you don't like the new Mishy, that doesn't give you the right to stomp all over everyone else's enjoyment. If you're really a true fan, then you would learn to respect the decision of your fellows. Clearly. You're right. How could I be so wrong? I just really like the old Mishy. That's all. I only wanted everyone to understand. Oh, she did it. Looks like it's really sinking in. Oh, I wonder if the point of this quest gets through to the people who are like, no, you must start with Sky! Like, calm down. Calm down. So, this is where you've all been hiding. No way. It's Mishy! Hey everyone, it's Mishy. I'm so glad to meet you all. Mishy, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be returning to Michelin Wonderland. Sorry, I saw someone who didn't look very happy, so I simply had to come out and see what I could do for them. Jumping in at a time like this, impressive. You know, I only just came to the Republic from Michelin Wonderland. There's still a lot of stuff I don't understand about this place, like why are my eyebrows so limp here? But that hasn't stopped me from trying to fulfill my dream. That is my dream of bringing lots of happiness to everyone, of course. And I'm going to keep working at it, and someday I'll even be able to bring some happiness to you. Mishy, I was so wrong. I was so worried over the difference in design I never even bothered to try to understand you. But I think I get it now. No matter what he looks like, Mishy's heart and soul will always stay the same. I'm so sorry. Thank you for everything, Mishy. I knew Mishy could solve everything. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit touched myself. This guy in the suit's a pretty good actor. Would it kill you to read the room a little? I think we should all have a dream like Mishy's. It would make the world a much nicer place. Yeah, maybe. But anyway, I think we can consider this a case closed. The man who tried interfering with the show made an effort to apologize to each and every staff member. He seemed to deeply regret his actions. Due to his change in attitude, the group was able to handle the incident without involving the authorities. With that, the curtain came to a close on the Mishy Misadventure.
That takes care of that.
Mira deposit confirmed.
There we go. Rank up. Lovely. Maxed it out. Cool. Right, so
There isn't.
let's go about ending this part here then. And in the next part, we shall carry on doing the rounds over in Old Town and start making our way through. Yes. So we shall see you then over in Old Town. Ta-da for now.